Good afternoon, Nettie. This is Braden from Pacific Toyota here in Cairns. Hey, mate, thank you again for your inquiry on our 2019 Subaru Forester. Sitting here in front of me, the hybrid with only about bit over 50,000 kilometres on there. Absolutely awesome car. Can't wait to take you through it. Obviously, understand your yard down south. That's no dramas at all. Like I said over the phone, mate, we're Pacific Toyota here in Cairns, so we're lucky enough to have two massive big pre-owned yards up here. So I'm currently standing at 235 Mulgrave Road. This is our biggest yard of the two. We're got another one up at 77 Mulgrave Road as well. Got some absolutely awesome cars here at the moment, and you can see obviously our Toyota Lexus showrooms up the hill there, all the service departments down the road, and some, like I said, we get some fantastic cars just like these. So mate, all our cars obviously guarantee no write-offs or flood damage or hail damage or anything like that. We simply don't touch them. We're very particular about the cars that we do get, because we do turn over a bit over 200 vehicles a month. So mate, everything's got to be all pristine. It's obviously on sale for the end of financial year sale at the moment for only $35,990 drive away. So that's your stamp duties, your transfers, that's everything all included. So mate, very tidy across the actual windscreen there. Can't see any chips or anything like that. It's looking very clean through there as well. You have that awesome bronze colour across that bonnet. The sun is very bright at the moment, so I'm going to try and be as picky as I can while we've got the sunlight. So very, very tidy across the actual bonnet itself. I'll try and be as picky as I possibly can. If there's anything you can't quite see in the video, just let me know, and we'll get some photos through or anything like that to make it a bit easier for you as well. I turned out these wheels because I wanted you to see the treads, so pretty much brand new tyres in there. Obviously down to the actual alloys themselves. So we've got that being the hybrid, we've got these beautiful alloys as well, looking very clean through there. And same thing through the inside there as well, through that mudguard. Just across the front here, we've got a couple little stone chips in that just across the front. I'm not sure if you can see that. I'll try and get that on a right angle. Just some light little stone chips, same thing just down there. Just those common ones that you always get on the front bars. Same thing, just a little one just there in the chrome. And same thing, just some little ones across the front there too. Nothing too bad though, just those common ones that you always get. And same thing again, mate. Stacks of trailer there through there, very clean and tidy through the inside. And a very tidy looking wheel there as well. Now I did just notice there's a little hairline. Where did I see it? Just a little, very fine little hairline there. It's not actually in the paint or anything like that, but just a fine little mark right on the very lip of that bonnet. And I did see one other one. Where'd it go? Just a tiny little sort of mark just there. So again, a bit of polish might even clean it up. Let me know if you can't see it in the camera. But mate, if things like that are a concern for you, let us know, and we can always ask the question and see if we can try and hit them with a bit of polish or something like that, and see if they'll tidy up for you too. So obviously got the silver on bronze on the mirrors here. We've got the little cameras tucked up there as well. I'll show you how all that works in just a second. Tiny little smudge just there, but otherwise not too bad down the rest of the passenger side here. Keyless entry on both these front doors, of course. You've got these little push buttons there, so they're going to lock the car. That's now locked. As soon as we go away, come back, simply put your hand back under there. It's going to unlock that for you too. So pretty good through the inside here on the passenger side. So down into the inside of the passenger side now here as well. Through those door jambs there too. Your little build plate and everything down the bottom. Very tidy through the inside here. Such good looking cars. So we're very particular about where we get our cars from as well. So because of the turnover that we do have, and obviously being a Toyota and a Lexus deal, a little tiny mark up there, which we might be able to get sorted out, a couple of little marks. We're very particular about where we get the cars from, so they've got to have full service history. They can't be written off or flood damage or anything like that. There is only sort of one or two rental companies that we shop through because they look after their cars properly. So this was one of them as well, so full service history through them. It's part of the reason why we only use those ones, because again, like I said, we burn through a bit over 200 vehicles a month. So full service history, so 2021 15,000 Ks, 2021 at later in the year obviously at 29,000 Ks, in the next year at August 47, obviously that original service they do, and then last one Pacific Hino, so that's our workshop. So again, been done at 57,000 Ks. So that was when it first come to Cairns. So full service history there, can't ask any better than that. Into the back here for you. Looking very tidy through this end. through the inside. Got child locks obviously on these back doors as well. Electric windows the whole way around, of course. Air vents in the back, little USB ports as well. Obviously, got little storage compartments there too. Very tidy to the seats. Little argument separator in the middle there. So these guys, you can obviously put these up and down. Oh, I'll drop that down for you. You can get that little handle there. So it's going to drop that all the way forward. So we've got one anchor point there, 2 anchor points, and then 3 on the other side as well. So I'll show you those once we jump into the back. Almost a flat bay once you put these seats down. And of course you've got your little privacy shade in the back there too, the little sunshade. I'll go through that in a second. Just give you a quick look up the top. Very tidy. Now that isn't actually tint, that is just privacy glass on the back, so it's simply just dark glass. That's how they come from factory. But again, that's all stuff that we can do in-house. There's a tiny little smudge just there. But obviously being a pre-owned vehicle, they're always going to have something. Very tidy through there. And again, stacks of tread as well. Let's cross to the boot now for you as well. So rear parking sensors all across the back here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those guys. Obviously got the rear spoiler up the top. It's that black on bronze. Your reverse camera's just tucked up under there too. I'll show you that in just a second. Pretty tidy across that boot lid. Same on the inside here, not too bad at all. Door jams. A couple tiny little, I'll try and get the right light so you can see, but a couple tiny little sort of luggage marks, little just minor little sort of stone chips through the, get the camera out of the way so you can see. Just those common ones that you always get with the rear bar. You obviously got that privacy shade there as well, so that comes out, clicks into place. If you don't like it, it just comes straight out, so you simply pull that out and you can take the whole thing out. 1, 2, 3 child anchor points all through the back. Got little tie down points in there too. Tiny little bits of markings just on the inside here, obviously from people using the boot space and whatnot. We've got the accessory plug just up there, a couple of little hooks for groceries and that kind of thing, and more tie down points all through the back there as well. So you've got the same thing mirrored over this side. So a bit of storage underneath. Oh, try again, third time. So a bit of storage underneath. Obviously the jack tools, everything like that. Get this out of the way. So there's your battery in the back there as well. Nice access point to that as well. And that comes back into place as well. So if you ever need to change tyre or anything like that, that is a hard platform as well, and it comes out because that way if you're on gravel or bitumen or anything like that, you can put it down next to the car and it gives you something to work off as well. So we'll just get the camera up under there as well, so you can see. Alright, down the driver's side now as well, so to show you down the body of the car. So obviously no dents or anything like that. A couple little sort of what they call little bush marks or something like that, little brush marks. Just below that fuel cap there. Right, that's the only sort of ones I could see that are sort of really worth pointing out. Obviously they've got the fuel cap on this side here too. Very clean through that wheel though. And again, stacks of tread left through there too. Inside, that's just obviously a little bit left over from the cleaners. Tiny little mark down there. Just someone's obviously caught their shoe jumping in and out. Fantastic seats all through the inside. And to the front. Again, just down the last of the driver's side doors here for you. Over that roof. Now we do have just the one key with this one at the moment, so the beauty of these rentals is the majority of the time we do get lucky, and sometimes we do get spare keys for them. So what they do is they actually, because we get a number of these vehicles, they'll send through basically a whole bag to, for every single car that we've got. Now if yours is one of them and it does has a spare key and it hasn't been lost or anything like that, then I just simply post it down to you. So that normally happens a couple of weeks after purchasing them. So if we do get lucky and we do get a spare key for this one, I will be in touch. But as rest of the driver's side, master controls are all up here for you. So electric windows, central locking, your mirror adjustments. You can tuck those mirrors in and out as well from here. Height adjustments down here, so short people like me can sit there and crank that right up. Bonnet releases just under there. We're going to jump in. So I'll start this up for you. So we're going to have the foot on the brake, obviously. Okay, so no engine lights, no dash lights or anything like that. Obviously at 57,942 kilometers as it sits right now. So obviously we've got the bonnet open. Just close that door, see that way as well. Now, real nice infotainment system. So with these, Subarus are fantastic with these guys. So you got about 3 different screens in these. So the main one down here for your radio and everything like that. The main one in the middle here for obviously the odometer and all that kind of stuff. And then you got that one up the front there as well. Now, don't stress, that's not actually flickering or anything like that. That is just simply the Samsung camera with the LCD screens. They just sometimes play up. You get on the right angle just like that, and you can see yourself. So it's just on that. The joys of having a Samsung. So up with the steering wheel here, so all your Bluetooth controls, so volumes, everything on the left-hand side. You can adjust that little infotainment system and everything from, as you can see at the top there. And obviously down the bottom here as well. So we'll go through this one. So it's just obviously because we've got that bonnet popped at the moment, it's not that nice. Alrighty. But then you've got the 2 little info buttons, so we've got one here as well. So that controls the screen up the top there. So as we go through, we've got all your different little menus and everything like that. It's all the full drive side of things, whatever's playing on the radio, the average fuels, everything like that as well. So cool little infotainment system, and you can get basically the shortened version of everything down here. Cruise control, safety systems, everything's all on the right hand side here. You do have the paddle shifts obviously as well, so up the gears on the right hand side, down the gears on the left. Headlights are all automatic, got automatic settings on the right hand side, and automatic settings for the wipers all on the left there too. Like I said, you got the push button ignition over here, so your safety systems, all your blind spot monitors, parking, absolutely the whole works, all monitored through those little buttons down the bottom there. You got some blank switches here too, so if you want to put light bars or any of that kind of stuff on there too, you don't have to go drilling through the dash. You can simply put them in through that one. You got those cameras all around the car that I pointed out. So we've got the big screen there and a little one at the top there too. So see these little buttons down here, so obviously 2 different camera views for the cameras. So as we push that one, you'll see that top screen now change. I'll get the camera there so you can see. So obviously you go between the side cameras, the front camera, all works depending on how you want to basically be able to visit, see what's at the back there as well. So nice and easy, all just control from down here. So as we go back into park, that all goes back to normal. Nice big touchscreen, nice huge button, so it's nice and easy to use while you're driving. So Triple M, obviously different stations, everything like that. We can jump straight into the radio side of things from here as well, straight into the phone call side of things, and all your apps and everything there as well. So Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, that sort of stuff, all navigated through that one there, nice and easy. Aircon controls down the bottom, so fan speed, temperatures left and right, where you want them coming out of. Again, they changed on that little screen at the top there too. So dual climate control, where you want them coming out, and you've got heated seats for both the front seats as well. Probably a bit more suited for you down there, not so much for us up here. USB, AUX, another accessory plug down there too. Obviously electronic handbrake with an auto vehicle hold, so you can basically put the car in drive, leave the car. It's like a handbrake for leaving the car in drive, so good for construction sites and stuff like that, where you're sitting there waiting for a little while. And of course all your X-Terrain modes, so being the all-wheel drive, being the Subarus, they got a couple of different X-Terrain modes and stuff like that you can use. Turn the traction control off, so if you want to do a bit of exploring. A bit of storage through the inside there, tiny little sort of indent in that little top cover. Adjustable seat belts, drop down handles the whole way around. We've got the extended obviously visors on these guys, and all your lane departure and everything controls at the top there too. So same thing on these ones, you've got those little extendo visors, love those, I think they're the best thing in the world. And of course, not due for another service until 70,000 kilometers. So, like I said, I did pop that bonnet, so I do want to show them to there before we finish up. And that is just beeping at me because I do have the keys in my pocket, so it's just a little reminder. Right, so very tidy all through there. Set back there on that. And so the 2-litre hybrid motor. Well, very tidy too. So thank you again, Eddie, for your inquiry, and can't wait to hear your feedback soon.